lords and ladies, welcome back to MyStreet 5 years later with your host, Jacob Butter, and also all the guests that have already been here. Oh, I was hoping that Aiden was going to be in the center.
No, you weren't. I was in the center because I am the most important one here. Because I am the best in the whole universe.
I am the Illuminated.
Jacob the Illuminated.
Indeed, that is me.
All hail Jacob.
Yes. Welcome, my children. Today we are back to talk about Too Late, Episode 8, Part 2. The payoff to the AFMAO 2-parter to end all 2-parters, because I think this was actually the last one that ended up happening. So how does it end off? What is the legacy of this long-standing AFMAO tradition? And do most people care about that, or do they mainly care about the actual ending of this video? Well, I guess we'll find out, and we'll also come to something that we said in the previous episode, where Ghostie mentioned there was a particular thing that we didn't actually conclude last time, which was the fact that Kawaii-chan, particularly, if she actually did have to adapt her immense bursts of strength from the into the serious tone, that there could have been something more interesting to occur. I just want to remind people of that before we proceed. No reason to bring that up. Part 2. Yeah, let's go.
Nope.
Without further ado, on with the review.
No reason.
Run as fast as you can. You can't escape me. I'm the Ian Man. Exactly.
I am Murder Fist McButt Face.
Here he comes, Ian Man. He's always ready with a trick or a scam.
Cave.
Yes, I'm being scammed out of my mental fortitude.
I'm being scammed out of my freedom as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
That cave.
Okay, no, we need to go back. Sorry, I need to start this again.
Run.
I like that. Daniel actually seems to be panting like a canine.
Does Daniel...
Werewolves aren't dogs, you racist.
I said
Or
like a
speciest.
canine. Anyway.
You
I
speciest.
said like a canine. Shut. I was going to make the joke that if we're buying on that metric, then Toby has asthma.
Yes.
We laugh at the asthmatics.
Oh my
Haha.
goodness.
Back cave. Bat cave. I said back cave.
And there's the callback.
I know, but I don't know if this is time to make a joke at all or make a jokey reference.
I think that this is the one time that Jess suffers from the same thing that I do, where I set up a joke specifically like the way that another voice actor delivers something, and they just don't end up knowing how to continue it. I don't think any Julius voice actor has nailed the neutral thing like Adley did.
Like that, and as Aiden said, this is a terrible time
To make a joke.
Like, the tone is not indicative for that joke right now. Can it wait till, a couple of minutes, maybe?
That's why in Fallen 8...
What's even built up? It just says back cave, and that's it.
Yeah, but that's why I do not write a lot of jokes during the super serious Fallen Angel scenes, or even use the comedic faces in a lot of the Fallen Angel scenes, because the tone is too dark and too serious to handle those scenes.
We're not the MCU. We have standards.
Yeah, we don't just have jokes and
We can't
terrible
get out
moments.
from here.
It's just Monster Compendium. Ulrich is going up against his greatest villain, and he's like,
I'm sorry.
a man.
Did Daniel just bring up now that there's no way out of the Bat Cave after they arrived here, out of breath?
Then we'll swim.
Can Daniel swim still? Because he couldn't swim in the mini games. That was a stated fact.
Yeah. I vaguely remember him playing in a pool in season 5.
Oh yeah, maybe he did. Okay, he probably learned how to swim. Hopefully. Imagine he's gonna drown.
He learned off. Honestly, Dottie and Ryan probably trained him up really quick. They trained him up to fight as well. They're good
They didn't
coaches.
do a good job. They just stole a bunch of bread from the cafeteria. They just had to move it around.
Well, motivation.
Go back for ads now.
I don't know what
After
your
all,
plan
some
was,
dogs
but you
are
should've
food
never come
motivated.
back to the cave. That was a stupid decision.
It certainly was.
Oh, wow.
Wow, if only I brought that up last episode.
Yes.
That
Oh,
it
no.
was a stupid not, you know. I'm not going to right now. I can't
You're
with
going.
this.
Yeah, we had a whole episode about that, don't worry.
We were,
The smartest thing we can do now is get help.
get help. I heard what Ian said.
Oh, you did hear.
Guardian forces.
I guess you can hear. I thought you didn't hear
okay.
that part. I thought
Okay,
those
but-
scenes were taken simultaneously.
Okay, sorry, hold on. If he did hear that part, then why on earth would he give himself away by saying the Guardian forces were after them and was surrounded? If he knew that Ian knew that the Guardian forces were being controlled by Michael, why would he use that as the excuse?
Yeah,
You want to get help so you can just lock them up just like everyone else.
Well, to be fair, I think they need to be locked up because they're kind of mentally drugged right now, and that you either need to find a solution or kill them. Either way, you need to fix this because they can't be trusted.
I mean, I vote for finding a solution.
Okay, but sometimes people
Yes,
Wait,
I'll
given
take finding a solution for 500, please.
What is a bucket of milk?
It was the only way we could make sure the Ultima didn't escape.
By imprisoning
By being
werewolves.
racist? No. It's the only way we can ensure the Ultima didn't escape. You knew who the Ultima was. So what? You just decided to pull a racism? Okay. Okay, let's. Hey, I vote we start imprisoning all humans. Because one of those humans may be a serial killer. Let's just imprison them.
Yeah, something like
We're
that.
just normal people.
The longer we stay here, the more at risk we are.
Yeah, just dodge the subject, of course.
Yes.
You saw how dangerous that man Ian is.
Yes.
And if what he said is true.
Don't.
This is Esmond checking in.
Codename Esmond. Nice. I see what you're going for here.
Maybe it's his last name, Toby Esmond.
Potentially, although I mean, most people in like secret services will use a code name assigned to them. So in case someone's like, "This is Toby last name," the captain is like, "No, it's not. No, you're not. What are you talking about?"
You there? Over.
In fact, I'm pretty sure actually, I vaguely remember that like every president and first lady is always given a code name as well to enter the White House.
Roger that, Esmond. We hear you loud and clear. We lost your signal 90 minutes ago. A team is inbound towards your last coordinates. Is everything okay?
We have a critical situation in the resort sector. The missing werewolves have been located, and we need a team here to extract them. There's also an extremely dangerous human with them that used some sort of elixir to enthrall all of them.
Sir,
Ooh, big
we
words.
need to know the location.
There's a cave behind the waterfall on Morales Peak. Follow the cave system for 100 meters, and you should find the cavern they're held out in.
I guess Daniel just gave up trying to stop this. I doesn't even like take the phone or anything.
Sir, we need to know your location.
That's it. The cave, the waterfall. Like that's.
Waterfall? There's a cavern?
Please
I am
open
not-
your ears, woman.
Mhm.
The priority. The werewolves are
No, they want to know
inside the
his
cavern.
specific location
Sir.
for a reason. Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I know they do, and there's going to be revealed that to Toby that Ian was telling the truth, which he should have like at least considered for a split second, because he does say like, if what Ian said was true, then pulls out his phone, implying if what Ian said is true, then I'm going to do a stupid right now.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, maybe he wanted to test it as well to kind of see if it was true.
Just by giving them the accurate information of everything
No,
else.
he didn't tell him his location, specific location, just a location.
Like I said, by giving accurate information of everything else.
Yeah.
Location.
I am not in danger. Focus
That
your
Toby
efforts
did
on
is
the
stupid.
werewolves.
We know this.
Your location,
I-
sir.
don't like this too, Porter.
To know where you
Wow.
ran after
I'm
you met
slowly figuring out that I really don't like this too, Porter.
Ian.
You never said.
We need
Yep.
to get out of here.
Yeah, I would smash
turn off the phone.
Smash the phone. You gotta make sure, because they can track the phone potentially.
Throw it into the water. Oh, actually, if they could track the phone, then they wouldn't need to ask him for his location.
Well, his tracker was probably my best guess. His tracker was destroyed when Ian captured him.
So then they wouldn't need to smash
Yeah.
the phone.
Where you
Well,
are.
man, normal police can locate phones. I'm surprised they can't locate his phone.
So then it wouldn't matter if there's no tracker in there.
I need
I
to
don't know.
know where you are.
You're an idiot. You said too much.
Mm-hmm.
You said too much. Sometimes you gotta keep.
Well, apparently he didn't say enough because she was still insisting.
She's probably looking at it like,
Yeah.
shit,
It's
I just told him too much.
yeah. It's my yeah. Wait a second. I know that I'm under mind control, but it's my first day on the job and I don't process information correctly.
Dang. Even under mind control, you're stupid. Wow.
Yep. I love that the boat has to like straighten itself out because it's just someone in a model.
Yeah, it's just a model. Someone's like, okay, we gotta steer.
Still no railings.
Aaron, hey.
We're gonna have to wait for.
Following important announcement. Today is third member.
It's just looping.
Why is it looping? Like that just
To wait-
raises further questions. Like, of course, it's gonna seem like it's a fabrication now if it's just on repeat constantly. And if it's not repeat, we just happen to be on a rebroadcast. How convenient is it for Kawaii-chan to come in at this exact moment?
What happened?
Captured and executed.
This is a deliberate this is a fabrication. I'm telling you, this
I
is a
don't think
fabrication.
it's meant to be, unfortunately.
Yeah, I thought the same
It's
thing
not
until we
meant-
saw like the
it's
helmet
not-
point thing.
It feels like it should
Like-
be a fabrication, but I don't think it's actually one. It's like the whole God.
You know, maybe I should just make the theory anyway and see it. Just put the idea out there.
Was detained this evening, and upon resisting arrest, she proceeded to go on a rampage. The Guardian forces had no choice but to take her down.
It's still an amazing, idea of Rachel going on a rampage. Rachel rampage.
Aaron Lycan is the last of the Lycan family alive, and is still at the...
Rachel rage.
Aaron, you need to stay with me. Don't worry, I'm here. I'm here.
Don't worry.
We're gonna get you out of here. We're gonna go home. Everything is going to be okay.
Honestly, poor Kawaii-chan, she's had to comfort Aaron after losing family members twice in a row at this point.
Yeah.
Obviously, poor Aaron too, but I mean,
It was me. I did this.
I executed her and then came back here.
I killed her. I shot her. I was the one with the gun.
with these thumb.
I was the one who shot Melissa too.
Think that.
This is one of those.
It was
Well,
me.
to be-
This is one.
to be
I
fair,
shot
don't
the
kill.
sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy.
This is one of those quirks of dialogue that I absolutely adore, for several reasons.
We love blaming ourselves for stuff.
Well, because it allows idiots like us to misinterpret them deliberately.
Yes,
Of course.
misinterpret them deliberately, but this could also be interpreted in several different ways.
Oh my goodness, this face needs to be a meme of some kind, like what he's doing right now.
After you lose all your family members.
Not necessarily just for this situation. I just mean in general.
After Aphmos gets killed off.
You find out there's one more cookie in the dessert jar.
Deal.
Not
Get you
that.
out of here. Come on.
Oh, he is a sad, traumatized boy.
He's reverted to a childlike state. Which I guess makes sense after losing his mother, supposedly.
To be fair, I don't know. Like, I've thought about maybe doing this in one of my own series. If a character gets traumatized so much, where so much bad stuff happens, they just either go extremely catatonic, or just can't move anymore and just like freeze up completely because they can't handle it. Like, yeah. Kind of like how Buffy did that one time. She literally froze because she couldn't handle it.
Honestly, that could have worked for Trevor. Okay, missed opportunity to go right back down to that dock again, and then see someone else that's there.
Hey guys, Jess here.
Oh my goodness! Hello! What a fun transition we've got going on here.
What a fun episode so far. We love.
Hey guys, Jess here. Totally not breaking the tone of my own show to peddle you merchandise.
Listen, we need funding. Give us funding. Do you know how expensive this show is? This show is so expensive. Give us money.
I mean, that does make a lot of sense, to be fair.
It is very expensive, but,
Yeah, and you know, I did comply. I bought the Travis pillow, Zane pillow. What? I didn't buy the Zane pillow. That wasn't out yet. The Caitlyn pillow, and the Zane hoodie. Around this time,
I bought the Aphmau jacket, a Lycan jacket that she's wearing right now. I own that jacket.
I didn't care enough to buy merchandise.
The Lycan family crest.
Yeah, that was such a stupid idea. Don't like that's just a dumb.
Oh, I paused at the right time. Look at that hair swivel.
Don't make fun of her hair.
I'm not. That was a good part.
No, in fact, I'd rather like her hairstyle. If only I could pull off short hair.
I mean, have you tried?
Have you tried?
Yes.
I see.
Anyway, if you're interested, be
I mean, yeah.
Yes.
Down below. Enjoy the show, guys. Bye.
The very unfortunate bowl cut situation of 2019.
Well, you had a bowl cut? Cool.
You're pulling off an Ian Heacox from 2005.
You're not sneaking around very well, but okay.
Was that just like must appear more lesbian?
No, actually, you see, I was going for a standard trim, and then the thing happened to the hairdresser was doing my hair up all nice. Then she sneezed.
I was literally going to make that joke. I was literally going to make that joke in a second. I was like, she went, but okay, fine. Apparently that actually was what happened. I put it to something again.
Ew.
So we had to cut it short in order for it to grow back evenly.
Oh no.
I hope you got a discount or just a free haircut.
Yeah, I got a discount.
Hey.
Okay, brother.
Garth needs to sneak around, but he's not being sneaky in the slightest.
He's so depressed, he's not even trying.
Like, yeah, he's not.
I'm pretty sure he tried more when he was trying to. He tried more when he was trying to. Yeah, he tried more when he was part of the neighborhood watch, trying to detect, who was taking the trash away.
Yeah. Oh yes, I'm so sneaky. I'm so sneaky. Walking out here in the open with nobody else around me for me to blend into.
Mm-hmm.
Also, what happened here?
Oh, this was the site of Rachel's rampage.
Nah, I don't think we're at that part. I think we're closer to the resort where they're not checking as heavily.
Mm-hmm.
Command had ordered us to clear
slightly less people, but still kind of dangerous to be sneaking around.
Oh, wait a minute. Did Garth use his werewolf hearing? Yeah. What show are we watching now?
Make sure it gets done.
Man, characters actually being able to hear stuff? This can't be MyStreet. What did they do to Aphmau? Who wrote this, if not Jess?
Ready.
Jason. Yeah, we've already proved consistently that Jason, if put to the task, can write better than Jess. In some situations.
Yeah, it depends what you're going for. For this tone, probably Jason.
I really hate them.
Well,
so
okay.
Aaron's face. It's not Aaron.
Gareth.
Okay, so Gareth. Yeah, Gareth
You
has the
forgot
face of
Mr.
really
Himbo
hating.
Man's name? I'm ashamed of you.
No, it's just that face, like the facial expression he's making right now when he said that line. It's like, oh, I hate them so much. Meanwhile, he looks like the sweetest doof on planet Earth.
Yeah, the
because
Himbo energy.
Yeah, because it was supposed to go here. They just jumped the gun for a second.
Yeah.
Freeze! Hands in the air, slowly. JON, this is Unit 34.
Put your hands in the air. Put your hands in the air.
Away from the camp. Do you want me to escort him back to his alpha? Over.
Roger that. Escort him back. Deliver him back to the alpha.
I guess there's only one alpha anymore. I guess all the werewolves did conjoin together, so yeah.
Understand?
Yes.
Over.
The rest of the werewolves
Roger
have
that.
been
I'll
racially
bring him back.
profiled into a prison.
Well,
Like,
right.
can you really consider mind control a prison? Well, I guess
no,
it is.
no, the other
it is
non-mind
kind of-
Yeah,
controlled werewolves.
the ones that were captured before the ones the ones in the cave had escaped. The ones that didn't make it that far.
Immediately. Alpha. All right, you. I don't know why you left the cave, but you.
Brother!
See, there we go. Power of good old constant human Zane and Rock.
Why the heck are you out in the open?
That's all you need. I'm tempted to leave. I'm gonna say like
No,
because I know what's coming. Again, Aiden. I'm tempted, but I'm not going to. Just gonna symbolic. There we go.
Because I was
I'm
looking
waiting.
for you. And look, I found you. You also found this GF.
What was that noise? Unit 34.
Run.
Unit 34, please respond. Over.
Zane should pick it up and just be like, Unit 30. This is Unit 34. Delivering to the Alpha. Over. Nope, they don't do that. Fine. Okay.
Well, to be fair, if she recognizes his voice, like she probably should, no.
I don't know. It's a walkie-talkie. Those things are faulty at their best at times.
Where
Yeah,
are you
true.
going? The house
Well,
is
I
that
would just
way.
be using a cell phone instead of a walkie-talkie, but
We're not
I would
going to
use
the
an-
house, idiot.
I would use an earpiece, honestly, because with cell phones you actually have to there's a process behind calling. That's what walkie-talkies have. That's the one advantage they have, is that this is one button and one channel to talk to someone immediately.
We can't go back to the house. There's been a GF boat there for the past hour. They're all over the place.
Where's everyone else then?
I don't know, but we have to hide. Follow me.
Zane being consistently the most intelligent character.
Yep.
It's kind of sad to see Zane be the most. It's kind of sad to see Zane consistently be the most rational and free-thinking person in the room over and over again, while everyone else around him keeps making terrible decisions.
Yeah, it's interesting that it's like back in the day when he was on his quest for power, no one took him seriously. It's like a Harry Potter quote. It was it's those who don't seek power that are the most suited to possess it. There's Dumbledore that says that, and yeah, that definitely applies to Zane. I mean, quite frankly, I would have voted him, for the neighborhood position fart thing a couple of side stories ago.
Hey, get out of here! Gareth?
Maybe if he wasn't talking about the pool, actually, I just remember what he was campaigning for. Never mind.
Zane!
What are you two doing here?
He was campaigning not only as a man, but as Kawaii-chan's biggest simp.
Yeah.
Garth, you're a werewolf?
That's talk later. Hide now.
And we have the opposite shots.
Things are about to get worse.
But that was good because we have the opposite shot. Remember the dissolve from Michael to Travis last time. Now I've got Travis to Michael. That's a nice storyline between the two parts of this episode.
Perfect.
Again, another one of these.
Why is the thing I like most about all of this the pretty transitions? Shouldn't it be the actual writing?
It's a dissolve shot, yeah.
Start the evacuation of the island through the resort. I want as many people there as possible.
Yes, sir. We've already begun to gather the guests from the boardwalk. Where do you want us?
Wait, really? I didn't even give the order. You know what? Fine. I accept.
Take them through the main walkways, slowly. Be ready to stop them at a moment's notice.
I mean, it's a massive crowd. They probably won't make it through that quickly anyway.
We will begin the evacuation immediately and wait for further direction once the guests are at the resort.
Good.
Just saying, I really like Michael's VA. Pause here before things get too intense, and I'm not able to talk much about it. Well, before things get too intense.
Yeah, his name is James Brown Jr.
Michael's VA is so good. I know Jess was talking about how when she was looking for Michael's VA, she was thinking about using like Pat or Andy for it.
That makes sense, especially Pat. Pat would make a lot of sense.
But I'm actually really glad they actually got someone completely original and new, because he does such a good job on Michael as a voice, and just it's so good. And I don't know, it's part of the inspiration why I wanted Abraxas to be a completely original VA.
That's what I was going to say.
I haven't used up until show up to that point, because I wanted Abraxas to be extremely, like when Abraxas finally came on screen and started speaking, him to sound like scary and like different and like ooh, like something we haven't dealt with before, versus like if I use someone listed like Mike or something like that for like someone, a VA who's been in the show before, then it's like, oh, you heard his voice before, but this is completely unique.
Or just ends up being me in the 9th Fallen Angels role.
Oh yeah, your 20th voice role in the whole show. God.
Yeah. So yeah, because whenever that happens, and someone recognizes like, oh wait, that's something similar, then you immediately it's like, oh, that's this person doing that again, and then it takes you out of it. But yeah, I see that, and in fact, actually, Abraxas does kind of sound a little bit like Michael to an extent.
Yeah.
Maybe like a bit of a younger version.
Speaking of that, Jacob, you playing a lot of different roles. I went to go look at Secret of the Plex. Your voice, it haunts me even when I'm not editing. Your voice follows me around.
You didn't know I was in that?
No, I didn't know you were voice acting for Secret of the Plex.
Yes, Jacob is everywhere. Jacob is...
Until your voice appeared in the episode, I was like, yeah, this is cool. And then I hear Jacob, and I'm like, oh no.
I ruined it.
No, you didn't ruin it. It's just up until I started watching that stream, I've been editing for Monster Compendium, so I've been hearing Ulrich speak. So it's like I went from listening to Jacob to listening to Jacob, the again version, but this time an older man instead of a younger boy.
Yeah, pretty sure that the older man who sounds younger than the younger boy voice I gave for Ulrich.
Yeah, by the way,
and in fact, actually,
that's
I'm pretty sure Secrets of the Plex. Secrets of the Plex. I'm also like in the next episode. I'm actually also another character now.
Dang.
Your voice, it just follows me around everywhere I go.
Yeah, and like everywhere like plants, like it multiplies eventually.
Okay.
Lovely. You just have your toes in everything.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh, there's a few. By the way,
I give myself a main role in my own show for once than the new and upcoming one.
Like,
oh yeah.
I
was about to be like, I thought you were talking about the Mutant Girl for a minute. I'm like, wait, you got it. I don't remember we talking about you having a new main role in the Mutant Girl.
No.
When it comes to Monster Compendium, I deliberately don't want to have a role because I can't watch anything with my own voice in it, and I don't want to end up running my own project for me because I decided to, voice act in it.
I think Monet also was quite similar in that regard with this family thing. The only voice that she actually provided in that series was like one like random line from the radio, and that was it. So, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that you have to basically, like, as a YouTuber and like as a performer in general, just desensitize yourself from over time, because the more that you expose yourself to that, the more that you just stop caring.
Yeah, maybe one day I'll be able to voice act in my own show. But as for right now, I need to pitch Kami up quite a bit in order for me to withstand. To be able to temper the tides.
You know, Ghostie, though, I think your voice is really nice, and I really like your voice.
I hate my voice, Aiden. I'm 23, yet I sound like a child half my age. Sound 15.
Again, that's honestly not a bad thing, especially with voice acting.
It's not a bad thing, but I don't like it.
I mean, to be fair, I don't like the fact that my voice is a lot higher than I really can. I don't know. It's hard to describe because, like, my voice is actually really high, and I'm kind of wish my voice was naturally deeper.
Honestly, you're both really lucky because, like, particularly with like the average age of characters that just require voice acting in like mainstream media and in YouTube spheres, that gives you two a lot more options.
To which case
I say that as the person who is known for going for like everything and trying to be as versatile as possible.
Meanwhile, I can't pitch myself down. I've tried, but I can't achieve it.
I mean, yeah, pitching yourself down sounds weird. Like, I have messed with some audio before, like pitching up and down, and like it sounds weird. Like, you get like Alvin and the Chipmunks basically happens, and it's not fun.
To which case,
or you get like a very
the Queen is here.
Oh yes, that's very true. Yeah, okay. Behold the Queen.
Oh yeah.
What's the meaning of this?
I love Lucinda's voice actress's voice. She's so good.
What are you doing?
Anarese Quinones.
Yes.
This spell doesn't hurt. It's just meant to keep you immobilized.
Little wit.
The next one's gonna hurt though.
I wrote that line in Fallen Angels. It's in season 2. Like a certain character says, "Little witch, come to play." Oh, I can't wait for that line to be said. But that line is actually said. Ironically, it would have been cool if it was said by Abraxas, because Abraxas and Michael are kind of
Of course, yes.
But no, it wasn't said by Abraxas. But I kind of wish. I wish.
Yeah, because that we never like set that up properly for any of their conversations. Yeah.
Next, it may come to bite you in the end.
Close the doors.
Wait, they entered, they took off their helmets, but they didn't close the doors until after they revealed their identities.
And they didn't check that there was no more guards around before they took their helmets
I don't
off.
think Kim or Ghost could be able to take down like 20 guards if they come bursting in. I will say Ghost could probably take
Kawaii-chan will be good. Maybe Rachel.
Really? No, well, technically speaking, Ghost could take down 1 to 2 guards if necessary, because in season 5 she does know that one technique that knocked out the guy in the costume. But I don't think it would work very well if she got rushed by a lot more than 1 or 2 people, because then it would be it would be really hard to pull off multiple times. So
she might have to like separate from Kim and actually like try and scare them as a non-corporeal entity or something.
Or maybe she brings back those ghost powers in season 4 that we never saw again.
Oh yeah, that's right. She could literally summon a cement wall between them to separate themselves.
It's clear. It's now or never.
You're going to pay for what you've done.
Oh, that was a weird that ghost effect audio effect wasn't used before. It sounded weird.
No.
It wasn't fine-tuned yet.
You've been on this island before, haven't you?
See, I told you that's how she was trying to bring back her husband. If she's been on this island before, I assume that's where she became Ghost. And then her...
I mean, that's...
I just think either the cannon was floating above the specific lodge, or her soul got blasted far away to an unknown location, and that's where it ended up.
we know that she was on the island before because we see her in a flashback.
Yeah.
Whether or not the motivation behind her actions, it probably is, but whether or not it is or isn't, we don't know.
We don't know a lot with Aphmau. She says a lot of vague stuff and never elaborates or explains it, and it's just up to us to piece it together and try to make sense of the madness that she wrote.
Yeah, I missed out on opportunity. I could have made so many theories about back in the day, just based on like every single one of Michael's run-off sentences.
The rest of your soul misplaced it.
Well, maybe
I think
it
the reason
probably
that I
got
didn't is
destroyed.
because well, I mean, she probably did misplace it, but then again, corporeal fragment, she probably separated from the rest of it. So yeah, misplaced.
You
Sacrificed it. It's probably destroyed. Probably no longer exists. Maybe.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
The Evelyn corporeal fragment still exists.
Yeah, I'm
We know
so
that from
confused by
season
that.
one.
I don't think Afmo ever intended on bringing Emmeline back as Ghost. So when Emmeline appeared in the season 3 side stories, that like later it makes no sense. Whatever. Jess may or may not explain it, or hopefully.
She did an oopsie, yes.
That or there legitimately is more than one Emmeline corporeal fragment.
Speaking of that, well, I mean, this would be a non-corporeal one, but yeah. Speaking of that, actually, and going back to what Ghostie said before about the good old content farm, I might be swinging back to the stuff that I skipped. Like MyStreet detours and the fall festival. So Emmeline might indeed return at some point, just to remind people that she exists around this time.
Content farm. I was kidding about that.
Well, too bad. Have you seen the view spike I've had recently upon getting monetization back? I'm taking this chance.
Dollar, as they say, dollar bill.
Dollar bills. Although all those videos will be claimed unless you don't use any AFML footage or highly edit the footage.
That is not what has happened so far, so don't worry about it.
Or why you're doing all of this?
It's fine, don't worry about it.
Yeah, honestly, like every now and then there'll be like one video, because like back when I monetized everything automatically, there were like a couple of AFML videos that seemed to like get flagged like for copyright, but like every single other one, like the 200 plus category that is there at the moment is mostly fine.
That body isn't yours. How long will you use it?
I love these shots of their eyes. They're so good.
It's like it calls back to what they used to do with like Zuko in Avatar, like it like just like showing based on like his decisions, showing the scarred side of the or the unscarred side of his face. Except for this time, there's no contrast and there's no different choice, and it might just be a different symbolism altogether.
A minute.
Well, I mean, they say eyes are the window to the soul, and they're about to exercise a soul from him. Therefore, zoom in on both of their eyes. Eyes to the window, soul. The souls are basically communing to each other because, I
mean, Lucinda's soul isn't really communing towards anything.
Well, she's gonna use
no idea what you're about to do.
I wonder if she got the thing to spin.
What? Magic?
No, I mean the actual video editors, not the actual machinima makers, not in universe, out of universe.
Okay.
I just wonder how she did the effect because it's really cool.
Yeah, there's moving textures in a lot of Minecraft mods. I guess this just happens to be another one. It's probably a Jason original.
Actually, no. I can explain how this is happening.
Really?
Well, simply, if you... What is the name of that mod?
I don't know.
Oh, in Blockbuster, there is particle effects you can use, and you can create a particle effect that looks like this.
Oh, really? Cool.
Or you can get a 3D model and make it spin. That is also something you can do in Blockbuster.
Aiden, we should learn Blockbuster at some point.
Yes.
I've got more space workers now. I can probably run it nowadays. CMD cam is dead.
Like, I mostly don't use Blockbuster because I'm stupid.
Blockbuster, I know, is hard to learn. So I don't think it's because you're stupid. I think it's just because it's super difficult, like crazy difficult.
Like, Bond tried to teach me how to do a walk cycle, but I'm too dumb for that. I don't know. That's because I'm classically trained in the Adobe suite, and they didn't teach us how to use anything else.
I mean, why would they, I guess?
Imagine reading that. Imagine Anna sitting there reading that.
Yeah, because we know that Aphmau likes to write out gibberish verbatim, so yeah, potentially. She sounds like Arwen in Lord of the Rings as well.
Let me go.
You're gonna pay for what you did to Melissa.
Don't do it. Stop.
Okay, you can tell that he's pretending at the moment.
Don't do this. It's you can't do this to me. Like. Oh, I love this effect too.
My question is, if Travis had actually let him in, quote unquote, before, would this even needed to happen? Would it just have been a case of
I think it was the fact that he was kind of split between two bodies. Like he was exercising equal, slightly more control over Terry's body, but a little bit of control over that. And the only way to get full control of Travis maybe was to be completely rid of Terry's body, if that makes any sense. Is my best guess.
Okay.
Because when Lucinda exercised him, it just gave him full control of Travis and no more touch on Terry's body. Oh god.
Once again, fantastic shot reveal. Again, so tempted, but I know what's coming.
Oh god, this is about to go horrifically wrong. Here we go.
Warlock. In fact, actually, to most people, there's some people that's the demon warlock represented, and of course it is. But to some people, that's the snake-eyed man.
Yeah, but keep in mind, the demon warlock was actually once human. It was stated that the demon warlock was once human. He just became monstrous.
That's got nothing to do with what I was trying to say here.
I know, but he looks more human in that, probably because that's his human form, quote unquote, not the demonic version of him we see.
It's more warlock than demon.
Yes. What have you done?
Warlock on the streets, demon in the sheets.
Oh god.
What have you done?
Yeah, all hell's about to break loose.
In animation form. That's like me going, now all Hades breaks loose in 3D.
And that'd be when the Mutant Girl officially gets full on 3D gets full on gotcha animation for a scene or two, and then it's it's about to be a finale, and then everything's about to go off the walls, and it's like, oh god, it's animated. What is gonna happen now?
Oh gosh, look at Kawaii.
Yeah, I don't know why Kawaii Chan's hair is like that. I don't know. Kawaii Chan's
what happened to you?
I don't know.
It's been smushed together.
Did you get the bowl cut too, babe? I
She got the
bowl
cut. Aaron tried to give her a haircut, but he was too emotional.
He was cutting too many onions before this point.
Oh no.
And so Marek becomes Melvin.
Travis! What's wrong?
Travis
was her mouth moving?
Taken...
I don't think it was.
No. Animation errors, you gotta love them, right?
Playtime is over.
Oh no. He snapped his fingers.
His mouth didn't move either.
I guess animators are still working on lip sync.
Okay, as much as Michael might have planned this whole thing out, he completely lucked out at Zane just so happening to arrive in the same house as Travis and Caitlin and bringing Garth with him.
He also lucked out on the fact that Lucinda did that in the first place.
Yeah, or that was even a requirement to begin with. It just so happened that a witch was on standby that didn't end up being caught in the raid that he orchestrated.
Aaron.
Yeah. Although maybe he could have did it to himself. Maybe he could have exorcised himself from Terry, possibly. I don't know. Maybe
if Travis let him in, then I think the answer is probably yes.
The answer is probably yes, but he was also maybe waiting for a later time.
Yeah, but everything just fell into place at this one moment. He's like, okay,
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna play. Things are gonna go perfectly wrong now.
This is more convenient than Heath Ledger's Joker.
Ben had potions. He took over the camp.
He had half Mal.
Yo, so Daniel, the last time that you said that Ian was around to someone, they immediately ran off and got themselves captured. Do you see the situation going any better than the first time?
Well, to be fair, what's he supposed to do? Be like, okay, maybe this won't go perfectly wrong. I mean, all he knows is he knows where Aaron and Kawaii-chan is, and no one else. Like, what's he gonna do? Go to the mind-controlled Guardian forces? He doesn't know where anyone else is. He only knows where Aaron is. It's the problem.
But that is the problem.
He doesn't know where anyone else is, and Toby's gone because I think Toby left him halfway through.
Yeah, Toby pieced out. He did.
Yeah, so it's like,
hold on a second. Actually, mate, that's a fair point. If Toby had followed Daniel, he would have actually achieved his objective and found the Ultima before all the rest of this stuff happened.
Yeah, but then he would have probably just shot Aaron, and it would have ruined Michael's plans, but also.
Not Michael's carefully elaborated plans.
Listen, Michael is an idiot, but also isn't an idiot. He's like the smartest Aphmau villain, which, to be fair, isn't saying much.
Not a high.
Like that isn't
yeah, we have to compare to like Ian, Zach, Elizabeth.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
The smartest Aphmau villain. The smartest Aphmau villain of all time is Zane.
Well, he didn't even do much, unless you were referring to diaries.
Well, I don't know. He had plans, admittedly. Like the biggest thing that he actually did was steal Christmas. Which,
our Zane. But I mean, referring to MCD Zane was smart enough to pretty much take over a Cassis, have the jury of 9, almost get Aphmau to marry him, manipulated his brother into taking him to the Irene dimension, getting the relic. Zane was actually very smart in diaries. Though weirdly, there were a few parts of his plan that made no sense. Like, for example, why did he get is it Kiki? I think it's Kiki. Why did he get Kiki pregnant? Like, that never made any sense. And why he spread that weird darkness, that also made no sense. So his plan in diaries didn't make 100% sense. It made more sense, but it didn't make 100% sense.
Yeah, when I was saying Aphmau villains, I was referring specifically to MyStreet, because otherwise you could technically include the Deimos in that list and probably put Rise at the top of there, just by virtue of Rise being sensible.
I don't know. They're not really villains.
They are literally trying to take over a planet.
They're trying to do bad things, but they're part of the protagonists. So yes, it's complicated.
They're like the thing that they're part of the protagonists. You are aware that protagonists can be villains,
yeah,
right?
but they're not antagonists in the story. They're protagonists.
That's yes.
We're talking about antagonists. We're talking about antagonists, no, specifically here.
Okay,
I may have used the word villain, but it's more like antagonist versus villain.
So to clarify, the smartest MyStreet antagonistic villain that has ever existed is Zane Romave. Are all happy? Good. I will sit up now. My back was hurting.
Don't break your back, bro.
In which case, I say, I'm going to stand up for a second. My back hurts, but for entirely the opposite reason.
Okay.
Because you've been sitting for too long? Oh, yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, I've been sitting.
Wait, you're both wearing Mario shirts.
Oh
my God.
I forgot about this effect. I completely neglected the fact that the sword came in.
Garoth. I hate that! Garoth! It's Gareth! Gareth!
This scene. Like,
about to give me Lily flashbacks, or Lilith. Lily?
Yes.
No, what's her name? Ivy.
God.
Wait, oh my goodness. Can you imagine that was what broke Gareth out of his trance? Just like, my name is, like his eyes start flashing. Name, Gareth.
My name's Gareth! And he just tackles him with the sword and stabs him multiple times. Like, die! Like, Gareth. And he's like, oh, oopsies.
Yeah, like for foreshadowing. Actually, no, I'm gonna keep that a secret.
That's like the Channel Awesome fanscription if like the other seasons end up affecting more of this plot.
Aaron, run, Aaron, run.
I thought it was Zane running for a second, yeah.
No.
I thought that was Zane running too. Like, I'm going to say, it was probably Zane running out the door, and then it cut to Ulrich running?
No, no, we
to
don't.
Aaron.
Ulrich. Oh, yes, we love Ulrich like in here.
I must save you, Afmal.
Listen, everyone keeps comparing Ulrich to Aaron in design chats all the time. I can't unsee it. I can't think about anything else anymore.
Fair. I mean, they're both werewolves, so you know, makes sense.
Like, but that is the only comparison between the two.
Black-haired werewolves with occasional red eyes
and clothing.
Yeah, I mean, granted, one has both his eyes intact, the other doesn't.
I don't think Aaron at any point has worn a sweater.
He has worn a Christmas sweater.
Oh yeah, that's very true.
But that is the exception, not the but that's the exception, not the rule.
Yeah, he mostly wears red jackets or tank tops.
I, Ulricardia, embrace the holiday magic all year round.
Oh my god! Can we do a holiday special of Monster Compendium where we like fight Krampus or something? Like, geez, I want to fight Krampus.
I could just like record a whole like. Oh wait, I forgot we talked about this today. That that like Christmas doesn't exist in the Monster Compendium universe.
Wait, what?
Otherwise,
what about Krampus? Is Krampus real? Is Krampus real?
There is a version of the Krampus character.
Yeah,
but Aiden,
I want Krampus.
I talked about this. Technically, Christmas doesn't exist in the Monster Compendium universe because there was no advent of Christ.
Yeah, I know. I just want them to deal with Krampus. I mean, you could just say it's the winter solstice, which is technically where the whole date of December 25th actually comes from, because apparently
isn't the solstice the 21st.
Yeah,
well, it's one of them. It comes from a lot of pagan traditions and a lot of winter holidays.
The solstice is the 21st, but it's commonly celebrated after the solstice. For some reason, cyclical tradition is weird.
Yeah, actually, like, Jesus' birth has been like prophesized to be like, I think it was in April, right? I know.
Yeah.
Like, that's where it was meant to be, but then like it was retroactively, people like retconned it to pretend it was in December.
Capitalism.
Which was, I always found kind of strange. It's like, no, technically it's not in December at all. It's nowhere near December.
Aiden.
Yes.
Capitalism.
Okay, that is very true. I love Christmas. Oh,
no Christmas. It's too soon. No Christmas.
Well, we have like 2 months in a few days. I'm so excited.
Gareth, stop!
Wow, he's very refined with his sword. He's like a fencing champion almost. Ongar.
To which case, it makes no sense for him to be fencing with the sword he's holding.
Yeah, it should be Vlad. He's the one who did fencing in high school.
Wait, I thought that was at another school. I thought that was at his previous school before Phoenix.
Yeah, at another high school.
Oh.
Unless Ocas's prep was meant to be like a middle school, then he just like was, and he skipped a grade, but that wasn't the implication. The implication was that Zane tried to get into Okas's prep, which implies that it's now a separate high school, and Vlad and Zane are actually the same age somehow. Maybe 9 months apart, I don't know.
Well, okay, to be fair, Vlad in MCD was born because of a affair. So in this universe, Vlad may have also been born.
We have
because
addressed
of
this before.
of a affair. I don't.
We
know
have
if
addressed this
that's
before. In fact, actually, yeah, in Phoenix Job High Season 1, there is a line, I think Gareth says it, where he says, like, you know, half brothers are still brothers, which implies that yes, they are indeed half siblings.
I don't. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like that because Ziana in MyStreet, it doesn't seem like the person to ever do an affair for anyone.
No, she does not.
She's so loving. I don't imagine her doing it.
Yeah, she's so loving. Clearly, someone else thought that too.
Oh my god!
In which case, I say, Aiden, he might have not been born from an affair, but he might have been a child from a different marriage.
When? Because
maybe it was never stated that they were in a different marriage.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What different marriage? Because that would imply that she married someone else
Gareth
after
Gareth is the oldest, and then we have Zane, and then we have Vlad, or maybe Zane and Vlad are the same age. But where would a different marriage come in? So what? Did she get married to Garte, had Garth and Zane, got divorced, quickly remarried to another man, had a child, then got remarried to then divorced that person, got married to Garte, or what? Or did she like get divorced from Garte after having Zane, but then have a child with another man, but then get remarried to Garte?
Listen, I'm trying to, you know, put this in the direction to where she didn't have to cheat on her husband.
Okay. Here is a different theory. During a particular possible dry spell in the Knights of Passion department for Ziana and Garte, they decide to bring in a third party to spice things up. They get too carried away and they don't end up preparing as much as they could. And then through the actual scientific phenomena of heteropaternal superfecundation, which is the actual term for it, Zane and Vlad were actually born at the same time, but with different fathers.
Maybe? I don't know.
I was also going to propose the theory that Vlad might be adopted in this universe.
But why would he be a half brother then?
Then why did they refer to him? Why did Garth mention the concept of a half brother if there was no biological relation? Unless maybe like
I mean.
Or maybe Garte donated sperm to someone, and then they end up adopting him after those parents passed away who had that child. I don't know, which would make him technically a half brother.
Well, okay, let's stop talking about this now.
Anyway, I brought up Vlad because he was the fencing champion and not Gareth, because every Remave child was forced to do a sport by Ziana except for Zane, so it was just Gareth and Vlad, really.
Well, Zane I always think was Ziana's favorite, though.
Like that, and I was going to say, the sword he's wielding is not a fencing sword, it is a knight's blade.
Maybe his previous life is kicking in right now. Honestly, he's just like
Aiden. Shush. I can actually identify the sword he's holding as a medium claymore. To which case, fencing moves don't work with the claymore because the claymore is heavier than your usual fencing.
But maybe Gareth's like strength.
He's swinging.
Maybe Gareth's strength boost is actually what compensates, and to him, it's as light as a fencing sword.
Like maybe, but I just.
I don't know. We need Rowan or Zoro on the case for this one.
Please.
That looked like Caitlyn and Gareth fused in that lighting.
Yes, it is Kate Roth.
That sounds like the ship name. Okay, he's abandoning all fencing pretenses now. He's just like swinging violently now. It's like just going, eh. Come back here.
To which case, it's hard to fence and run at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know, Zin.
It's almost like
I don't.
It's almost like fencing as a sport is not supposed to be done while running away from your opponent.
Or running towards your opponent at fast speeds. To which case I say, Zane, like calling for help right now isn't the best idea. What would be the best idea was probably to go in and hide. There are a lot of closets at this resort.
I guess he doesn't know about the mind control of the GFs, because he might just think, oh, they see another werewolf go on a rampage, they might actually help. But then again, if the footage was on all TVs and they'd happen to have access to one, he should know what happened to the last werewolf that went on a rampage, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Anyone!
Oh.
I don't like what they did to Kawaii Gem. Look at my honey's face. She looks so bad without her little hair swoop.
Oh, well, there's the bridge. Hope that doesn't come back later. Okay, so he did hide.
He did hide, but he's hiding in a somewhat open area. Honey, you can go literally to the next room. There is a closet.
I think Aaron's just running through like all the scenes that are going to be like significant to the climax later. Or well,
Yeah.
to a future part, not say the climax, but a climax.
A climax. Some good old establishing shots of the places where people are going to be murdered.
I like that.
Are we talking about
steal that at some
climaxing?
point. No, we've moved on from Ziana.
Anyways, I'm very immature.
We don't know where Ziana is. It doesn't matter.
Ziana's probably dead. I'm kidding. She is. We see her later in the season.
Yeah.
Like, she isn't, but like that is a good question. Where is she right
She's
now?
probably in the same holding cells as Sylvana and Eric.
Okay, so two things about this. Two things about this. One, Ghostie, remember when you said before they want to like have Aphmau as a Princess Peach thing? I said I come back to a better image. Yeah, this is the image. This is probably the one that you should use for Aphmau in a Princess Peach costume.
And you can make Ian look like Bowser.
No, I'm only putting Aphmau in the Princess Peach costume.
Peaches,
Bowser
peaches,
is too
peaches,
good
peaches,
for this.
I'm related to
You know, I'm
you.
just saying. I think Bowser in the Super Mario movie is kind of hot.
You have said this a bunch
Okay,
of times. We are aware
to
of what you
which
think of Bowser from the Super Mario Brothers movie.
To which case I say, Jacob, we should probably move on as swiftly as possible.
Okay.
I haven't forgot about the Markiplier tit milk situation.
Oh wait,
What?
actually, I'm not gonna. Oh wait, I do gotta remember that. But yeah, I know.
What?
I think
No, shut
Markiplier
up.
is so hot. Markiplier is so hot.
What on earth are you? Okay,
I think I was talking about drinking Markiplier's milk from his.
Okay, stop. Can we move on as swiftly as possible?
I don't remember this at all. I think I deleted this
I
from my
I
database.
say a lot of weird and strange stuff. You probably forget about half of it.
Yeah, because I try and filter it out. If I forget I even heard it in the first place, that's probably why I have no clue what you're on about right now. Okay, point two about this, because I was going to say before we moved on. Like normally when you have like this situation and someone's like pointing a knife, is like do it like at the neck point. We even did that in Fallen Angels at one point with Lilith holding a sword to Alana's throat.
Yeah, that's partially the inspiration.
Yeah,
not
but actually,
the whole inspiration, but part of it.
Yes. Don't take a step closer. Or I'm going to cut Aphmau's face.
Yeah,
Well,
see,
it's
that's what I was going to say. That's what I was
meant
going to
to
say.
be-
It's meant to be at the throat, but Aphmau is so short that he doesn't reach normally, so he'd have to
I
lower
think
his
it's the
hands
fact
a
that
lot.
Minecraft characters don't literally have a neck. They don't have a neck.
Maybe, but my
It's just head and shoulders. Head and shoulders.
My head canon is that Aphmau is just too short for that to work, and therefore he goes for the cheek and possibly nose. If she, oh wait, no, she does have a nose now. She's a werewolf. She physiologically has a nose now.
It's like mouths, so I think mouths it's just a stylistic choice at this point.
No, but remember, Aaron was embarrassed to admit that he had a nose to begin with, which means it's a werewolf-only trait in the MyStreet universe.
I mean, to be fair, I can't smell most of the time, so I don't really need my nose. Like, I literally lack the ability to smell.
Yeah, so do I. But guess what? Look at this thing. Yeah, I still have one. What are you talking about?
Well,
the men have to talk, little babe.
Liar. We all trust.
I mean, you don't have to make him a sexist too. I think we get the point.
You looked up to you. You were the reason why we're all being hunted.
I mean, see, here's the thing. That even though Blaze is being controlled now, and like obviously Feral Potions, we know people force people to say things that they don't actually mean. Blaze probably actually does mean this, because the last interaction they had was Aaron lying straight to his face about being the Ultima, when that information really would have been valuable, and obviously would not have caused them to turn on him at all, because there is Pack, and they probably should have known anyway, because they were there while he was recovering from the lodge activities in the first place, but specifically because he had to be around just werewolves. I feel like I think I'm going to connect the dots, but ignoring all that stuff and ignoring the plot hole that was addressed in the Cinema Sins video, where Blaze actually and Dozzy did actually see the Aaron, the Gareth conversion scene they weren't supposed to. Ignoring all of that, even then, lying to Blaze that way, like once again, was the reason I gave episode 6 a negative review, and it clearly comes back in this situation where Blaze has legitimate resentment, Forever Potion or otherwise. Once again, the MyStreet characters are all done.
Hello?
Nana.
Yeah, don't. Okay.
Zane just shot himself in the foot.
Yeah, that might be Zane's dumbest moment. We just talked about how all of them, but usually he was the exception. Nope, never mind. All right, how about some of that? How about some of that physical strength made you beat up this guy at another point, Kawaii-chan? Right now.
Aaron, just the man I've been looking for.
This implies you just saw him come in, but no, you already covered that part.
You could have stopped all of this if you just killed me in those woods. A real alpha would have.
The other pack deserved to do it more. I don't know how they failed, though. It was like a bunch of werewolves against like one human, a bunch of wolves. How did that not go? I don't even know.
You didn't. And here we are, again, because of your failure.
Feeling lost, but now and then, I breathe it in and let it go.
This time, you have something I want. Something you're going to give back. You wouldn't upset?
You don't have to be afraid to be the main attraction, to put your dream in action.
You don't have to be afraid to put your dream in action.
You're never gonna fade. You'll be the main attraction. In my victory, just remember me when I make it shine.
No, but when he says when he makes it shine, well, maybe that, but like he stabs me in the throat and blasts the laser. When I make it shine.
Yes.
Okay.
I was specifically making it so he wasn't singing. Okay, look, now the sword's to the throat, kind of. Yeah.
Sort of.
Would you?
In the words of Sidron Van Cleef, do you feel the shame yet?
You should feel the shame. Yeah.
Garth's sword kind of looks like a Zelda sword.
Okay.
Like the hero sword from Zelda.
I'll take your word for it.
Okay. You don't want to hurt anyone. We both love you.
I don't think that's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, no, please, Gareth, such as this. Now saying run. Like, this is all a distraction.
Like, it would have been great if so, but...
Yeah.
I think Kawaii-chan's just so naive to the situation. She never actually had to fight someone who was mind controlled. She doesn't realize how dangerous this is.
I would love if one time there was just a character who was just pulling off this move specifically just to subdue the person. Like, no, look, you must look inward. remember who you are. Remember who I am. We're your friends. And friendship conquers all. Like, as they get closer and closer, the speech continues.
He
You
just
see
goes
me?
up to them and
Look,
just touches them
yeah.
under pressure points and knocks them out, and they just fall to the floor. It's like, wow.
Exactly. Look into my eyes right now. Idiot.
I do have that happening in the concept script of the Future Monster Compendium episode.
Ooh, nice.
Sue just walks up to Justin and she's like, Justin, we love you. We're your friend. And meanwhile, she's like motionally like, oh, do it now.
To be fair, I kind of did a weird subversion of the mind control trope in one of my things, where it's basically no amount the power of true love can actually break the mind control. Yeah, no, true love does not break mind control. It may temporarily stop it, or you could fight it, but
there's already one of those. It's the Yumi and Williams scene from season 4. You're a Lyoko warrior. You swore it. I don't know what the actual dialogue is. We haven't got to that far in English dub yet.
Oh, we need to have a Lyoko night sometime together.
Yes.
Okay.
You're going to give them back to me.
No.
Quiet.
No means no, Bill Cosby.
Wow.
Willing to let me kill her? It's quite.
Well, you're gonna kill her anyway, so do it, you coward.
I don't know. It
Also,
depends. He might still want her.
Just give them back.
Oh wait, no,
Jacob?
Never mind. Oh, hold on. I just received I received a meme. Oh Lord.
What's the meme? Send me the meme, Ghostie, so I could respond.
It looks like she has no arms.
Hold on, let me fix it. I couldn't find a good Minecraft Peach skin. I'm gonna fix it, but the crown is on point though.
I don't know. Look at the peaches that might come up nowadays. Okay, so here is what Ghostie sent me just now.
Oh my god, she's so beautiful.
Like, it's supposed to be meme. Like, it's not supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to scream, I can't say that word.
Scream cringe.
Poop posting?
Okay, yeah.
I'm trying my hardest not to swear, Jacob.
Thank you.
Okay, let's at the end of stream, let's just start dropping a bunch of swear bombs. It'll be funny.
Alright, I'm gonna try not to pause as much as I can
for
this
this scene. Oh, I'm so scared.
Your time is up.
People think Irene's eyes are purple from the scene. They're not purple, it's just the lighting. They're still brown.
Will
return to nothing.
And your little toys are mine.
To which case I say, even if they die, their souls will just return to her so she can...
Oh, the music! Oh, like the drama of this scene, I love it. I live for this, okay?
Where's that strength, Kawaii-chan? We should have used it.
Oh my god. Oh, look, the blood for it. I love this effect.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. They actually did. I was joking before about the hollow thing, but they actually did it here. Wow. We've got a triple damsel situation here, essentially.
Triple damsel? There were 3 different damsels.
As soon as I make it into a new relic, I'm coming here.
And I will kill you!
Levi, drink.
The ultimate Levi drink.
Oh, this scene. That scene is beautiful. I love that scene. It's sad, but I love it.
And we're not done yet.
Oh yeah, the death scene. Oh no. I love the way it's shot and the music and sound effects are like God.
Arguably, it should have cut that last point. Actually, I was surprised when I looked at the timeline. I saw like, wow, we're not actually finished yet. I guess they've got to fulfill what Ghostie said and actually show a body, otherwise no one believes it. Except for they already ruined that with Aaron in season 4 anyway.
They did show a body. He just came back.
Yeah.
She'll be fine.
Jacob, this is my biggest problem with Aphmau. Even if Jess does show a body, there is the situation to where it won't be permanent.
Literal Deus Ex Machina.
She's given us the Deus Ex Machina, and because of that, she has essentially a get out of consequence free card.
Okay, but to be fair, it's not as bad as it could have been because apparently in the season 4 sends, Jason literally said that he talked to Jess and was like, okay, we probably should include this here. We can include the Irene bit here because having Aaron survive this would make no sense. So it would have been worse. It would have been the fact that Aaron fell off a cliff and didn't die.
Like, it could have been worse, but because of the Deus Ex Machina, it's already really bad because Jess and Jason have given themselves a get out of death free card.
They pulled a Toriyama.
Get out of consequence.
Well, to be fair, Irene kind of lost her power, or was losing her powers, and that stayed.
Which probably only happened specifically so that would never end up being like, you know, an abused mechanic ever again.
Yeah.
Yes, but up until the point where Irene is still alive and has her powers, essentially Jess has given me no reason to believe that any of the main characters will realistically have lasting consequences to their person.
Yeah, except for Melissa, because again, because like back in the day, I thought that was like the actual first potential permadeath in MyStreet, and like the way that scene was executed with a character that was not like directly like super linked to Irene in any sort of way, would not have the same get out of death free card as a non-main character. That ultimately was the way to sort of rectify how Aaron's death scene was was handled and resolved, and then they go and handle and resolve it. So I was like, are you kidding me?
Well, we need to have Aaron have some family left, or else the ending will be excessively sad.
Just keep Rachel.
Yeah, but you know, Jess, sometimes she doesn't use her brain muscles, unfortunately.
Neither Jess doesn't like to thinky too hard, and sometimes story makes sense, and sometimes stories stop making sense. Listen, that's just the price we pay as Aphmau fans.
Yes, it's almost like, yes, some things do work dramatically in the moment, but some things work better dramatically with everything that came before it. Or rather, possibly a few things that didn't.
Like, Aphmau being shot through the heart is sad and all, but because Irene is a mechanic at play here, I don't believe that Aphmau is realistically going to stay dead.
No, especially
main character, and that is my biggest problem with Deus Ex Machina in general.
Yeah, we all knew that she was going to continue because we knew that there was going to be other episodes. We figured out at this point, like the acronym of "We Stand Together" in all of the titles of each episode. So clearly, this was not going to be the end, particularly for her. Kawaii-chan was less safe, but yeah, if they pulled an Uno reverse on this scene and actually had Aphmau be the one to recover and Kawaii-chan was the one who fell in this particular instance, then yeah. But I guess I guess, unlike Aphmau, Ian was able to aim for the heart at a much more significant distance. Surprising marksmanship there.
I don't know. Ian just has them special eyes.
Maybe he had like a vision potion or something. He has a zoom and enhance a forever potion on him.
Oh god, he has Optifine installed.
With the power of the Optifine potion.
Okay, so I gotta go, unfortunately. But just before thoughts on the episode, dramatic. I love it. Also, this death scene is a nat 20 death scene. I love it.
Okay.
Anyways, I gotta go. I gotta get foods. I haven't ate all day. I'm starving. Bye.
I see.
Bye.
All right then. Now he knows how I feel. Surprisingly, like we haven't even gone shopping yet since we came here. I just been like munching on grapes that we brought on the plane with us, and yes, and like drinking like tap water that I put in the fridge at one point to cool it down before we started. That's my makeshift Levi drink, which happened to be the ultimate one. What a coincidence.
Please, don't leave me.
Oh, don't worry, she won't.
Oh yeah, heart's still beating.
I didn't mean to. I don't want to.
Aphmau, why didn't you dodge?
Aaron.
Aphmau pulled a Sayaka.
And her eyes fade because that's the universal sign that character is dead.
Is she okay?
You can literally turn your head
What happened?
to turn around.
She is... Irene.
Like, Kawaii-chan's neck is fine. Turn your head. Aphmau is dead. Long live Aphmau.
Oh, she's dead, but she won't stay that way.
I know. I just... That seemed to be what the scene was. It's like Aaron rises. I am now the main character of MyStreet.
What happened?
Turn your head.
Zane, please, tell me. Is she okay? What happened?
This is some great crying from Keston, though. At least.
Like, this is some great crying from Keston, but it also proves that Kawaii-chan cannot read the room.
No, apparently, yeah, because why is she still asking? I think it's pretty clear. I mean, it's universal storytelling again, but also, like, in real life that happens. And so, with the power of the sword that was canonically confirmed to kill werewolves upon contact, now wielded by the Ultima.
Like, it would have been funny if he broke the case, grabbed the sword, and keeled over immediately.
It's like the shot pans down, he's like there on the ground behind the table. Well, I think we might just ruin this scene forever if for people who've seen this video.
Listen, we might have ruined this scene, but realistically, I don't really care.
Like the actual scene itself, like everything from the point of when the animation kicks in with Ian with the werewolf ears, like that part specifically, like the way that it's synced up to the music and the fact that like all the actions that are taken, the reveal of the laser, because Appa didn't know, so of course she wouldn't dodge. I was kidding before. Yeah.
As Aiden said, nat 20 death scene, but we know in hindsight as the audience that due to Deus Ex Machina, this does not last.
It wasn't even from the hindsight. I am fairly certain that when I did my initial reaction to this back when it came out, I already was saying like, yeah, no, this is not going to last.
Because speaking from the writer's point of view, it is interesting to kill your main character. But Aphmau has already established that literal God is at play.
She has the power of God and anime on her side, and she will use that.
She will use that to bring herself back to life. But you know what I'm going to say to that, Jacob?
Go on.
A llama? She's supposed to be dead!
Okay. In fact, actually, that was literally the joke that Jason would pull off from this point onwards in minigames. You know, the whole "you're supposed to be dead" thing that he mentioned.
You know, until Aphmau is resurrected by God.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it so much. Aphmau, why?
Okay. Yeah. So apart from that one scene, yeah. As far as the two-parter goes, as a second installment paying off to the setup from last time, it does a little bit of that. I mean, Daniel and Toby at the beginning, like they try to compensate for like what happened with Ian, but then even then Toby doesn't believe Ian until it's way too late. Suddenly, Toby just vanishes from the plot altogether.
Isn't it convenient that Toby vanishes from the plot?
Yeah.
As soon as the important stuff starts happening?
Yeah, so Toby vanishes from the plot. Zane and Garth end up in the same house as Travis and Caitlin, so Michael's able to snap Travis's fingers and immediately activate the potions within the pair of them at the same time. And Kawaii-chan, of course, doesn't pull off the feat of strength that would have allowed her to probably either withstand the blade or actually just disarm Garth altogether, because that was what I forgot about.
I say Nat 20 death and Nat 1 season, but this plan is right now riding on so many different coincidences that it's a wonder that this is even working at all. Because if you look at this from a pure writing perspective, yeah, it's great, but there's also a lot of very visible flaws.
Yeah, and yet for some reason, we seem to be the only ones who end up being able to detect those either on first or second viewing at all, because it's for some people it's usually whenever these reviews come out that people start to realize, oh wow, we got caught up in the moment. Maybe it is just, it was like very cleverly put together so that you focus particularly on the shock and horror of the moments themselves and not what led up to them and why.
If you think about it too hard, it stops making as much sense. And that is ultimately the flaw of MyStreet.
Yeah, just all of it, essentially. And but I mean, back in the earlier seasons, there were some parts where that came back to bite to bite them, but yeah, not that but when it was essentially just like it's like the simple comedy, or like or even the more complex comedy, like that stuff just made the episodes even more ridiculous ultimately. But then when you're trying to do a complete shift like this, it works in some occasions, but only with like essentially like the big moments that people remember, like are the ones like with the incredible like visual feats that seem to once again disguise all that stuff. I won't repeat my magic trick quote from yesterday because that's too much. But yeah, this is similar to what I said about the music freaks. Ultimately, you did like so many smoke and mirrors, and then but then at the core, when people actually they look back and think about this, then yeah, you sort of realize that. But it's interesting, like that was not caught the first time, or maybe it was, but just the idea of having to put something out there, the pressure to keep updating this as regularly as you could to to make it to keep the relevancy on YouTube for so many years, ultimately didn't actually work. Because MyStreet, one of the reasons it became my favorite show was because it was inspiring to see how basically one person or even a small team of people, eventually a much larger team of people, were able to pull this off with no studio interference, and where they wanted to tell, interacting with the fan base, actively encouraging them to partake in something that was progressively updating, and basically just having fun within a game that everyone played in general. The game but no one plays the same. There's more reasons to that, obviously, but that's a big thing. But I guess the drawback with that approach and being able to do that is ultimately that you end up in the situation where you're pressured by your own deadline and by the deadlines of the YouTube algorithm itself.
Because everyone knows the algorithm is an all-consuming capitalist monster.
That being said, though, by the time that season 6 started getting more hiatuses, I don't think the views dropped too much at all. In fact, I think they kept consistently staying up, despite the fact there's only 15 episodes per season and there was huge gaps. Mainly because there's other stuff that went on, like the side stories, which were still hit and miss. I guess that's the other example. And just the channels that they're progressively still showing these characters in more fun settings and more mini games, even the non-canon material of the mini games. That ultimately was able to bridge the gap for people, and everyone said that they were willing to wait. I think it was just a self-imposed thing that at this point started to affect AFMAO, which might have ultimately also been another reason why, other than COVID, why the show stopped where it did, and why there's one final season that might be coming back to it, because that's the impression that was left by the creator based on the standards those that have been reached at this point.
That, and it's hard to think after When Angels Fall what to do next.
Yeah, I mean, there was a setup for some stuff. I mean, there was stuff for the apocalypse. Quite honestly, that's about as high stakes you possibly can get. But
because AFMAO right now, this is what I call, it is a more domestic version of power creep.
Yeah.
You have the big celestial cannon. What next?
The end of the world, allegedly.
Allegedly.
I mean, it may well have been the comet. I guess an astral body, that particular size and scale, literally, might have been something there. But either way, kind of what I'm sort of saying is that yes, it's interesting. The essence of what MyStreet was ended up being forgotten by this point. That by this point, or being masked by how this season was, and how, I mean, it was clearly performing well enough for them to say, oh, this is how it should be from now on, or essentially because Jess was still suffering from the writer's block of having to come up with these comedic antics all the time and keep the story going past the point when she thought she was going to end it, or when she planned to end it, because I'm pretty sure there could have been one season or even two, but it was revived constantly because of how it was performing. And it's just
which honestly is less a fault on AFMAO and more a fault of the algorithm being hungry for content that performs well.
Yeah. But honestly, that might be a reason to admire MyStreet even more, to be fair, because despite how that went, it was kept up for this long, and the entire year that it took to finish season 6, she still didn't give up. It's similar to how the Music Freaks end up playing out as well. The quality, the animation that kept on increasing, because that seemed like the logical thing to do, but just ended up trapping the one person who couldn't handle that particular pressure and stress, because that's no one person should need to deal with that on a constant basis. I think you probably understand that more than most, considering Monster Compendium.
Yeah, and right now, Monster Compendium, I love it, but it's testing my patience.
Yeah. I think that might actually also be like ultimately why I have such reverence and nostalgia for the early MyStreet particularly. Like, it's not just because that's when I started watching the show. Maybe it's because that was when the creators and the people involved were having the most fun with it, and how it being so simple, it was still to be able to be so fun and enjoyable. And then you have situations. I mean, I sometimes even stuff like that here, Aiden say, for example, where ultimately like some seasons are claimed to be inferior because they don't affect like the larger story as much. And it's like, well, not, but yeah, no, but that doesn't matter ultimately. They're still great. They're still fun to watch, and they still have moments that are pretty much like better than this.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be about plot. Not all the time, no.
Yeah.
You can have an episode that's just fun.
Yeah, I think ultimately, yes, it was I guess the new wave of MyStreet watchers, were the ones calling the shots at this point, and then the people who were the OGs like us. It was almost like it was forgotten why we like this in the first place, or even why the creators like this in the first place. And that's not to say that the other seasons are like objectively they're like all bad, but then you get situations like this where they are overhyped to the point of seeming like this should be the standard, and ultimately, guess what? That's what you end up seeing. You reap what you sow in that instance. Who knows? I might put this in like another video idea, some sort of like big titles, like we killed MyStreet or something like that. I don't know, something more title friendly. I guess we'll find out in the future.
As for right now, let's us. I'm just gonna give my final thoughts. Yeah. I hated the episode before this for numerous reasons. I think I put those reasons very much clear. Aphmau putting herself in peril aside, the Princess Peach effect.
Yeah, not to mention again, like every single one of the three that like every main ship in the series, like the three main ships, it was always like like I see I was gonna say, yeah, I was gonna say it was like always like the girls end up being like the ones who were damseled, but actually no. I mean, technically speaking, Travis is more damseled right now than Caitlyn is. But Caitlyn is still damseled. It's both of them.
In that case,
once again, Travis and Caitlyn are more egalitarian than the other two.
Like, to which case we have the rare case of a quadruple damsel situation.
Good grief! Yeah, so much. That's a lot. That's a lot of distress right there.
That's a lot of distress. There's a lot of distress happening. But yeah, if you call this the endgame of Aphmau, sure. Endgame wasn't written all that well either, but that is an opinion I'm going to keep to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because unlike Aphmau fans, Marvel fans will literally dox my address and murder me in my sleep.
Yikes! Okay, then we'll leave that topic. Because sorry, carry on.
To which case I'm gonna say, because I still have final thoughts, I hated the episode before this because it didn't feel like anything good was happening in the first half of this two-parter. Aphmau damseled herself because of her own emotional distress. And now, Aphmau just reaped what she sowed. And because Aphmau, the character, made a binary decision to put herself in danger because she wanted, essentially, catharsis, she died temporarily.
Yeah, and in fact, I think actually a couple of episodes time we get her her emotional catharsis after or seemingly trying to give herself like a little bit of an arc and convince people like, oh yeah, this is something she was like overcoming this whole time. But I guess we'll get to that episode 10 because I just realized I was checking episode 9 for a number of reasons because I wanted to say like when the October when like the next date was for the next episode of 5 years later.
Yeah,
but
we'll get to that episode when we get to it.
Yeah, for now
because I have opinions.
Yeah, for now all I can
very strong opinions.
Yeah, for now all I can say is that there's a comment from me on this video from 4 years ago. This was the first MyStreet episode ever that Aphmau appearing once. And also, you're gonna love this. So the descriptions of Too Late Part 1 and 2, which I forgot to say, were what goes up and then falls into chaos, which is like not, whatever. But you're gonna love the description of the next of episode 9. Let your rage consume you.
That feels like a meme. Please tell me that's a meme.
No, it's like go to the episode. That's the actual description in episode 9.
Oh no.
So if we're in a state right now, imagine what we've got in store for us in the future.
Oh boy. Basically, the start of this season I'll give my opinions at the end when everything is concluded.
Yeah. I mean, it seems to follow the same general pattern of how Aphmau seasons tend to go, but again, I've talked about that before.
When angels fall is a good example of what goes up must then come down.
And fall into chaos,
and
which it
boy,
has.
And oh boy, does it come down pretty hard, but not in the way that Aphmau was probably anticipating.
No. But I guess we'll let our rage consume us on October 14th. Same time, same place, 5 years later.
5 years later.
Until then, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. Got us already. And on that note, until next time, farewell.